Hello everyone, this is Mela here and welcome back to another Sharkbite video. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you how to farm teeth as a beginner and what you should save for, because teeth grinding when starting out can be a bit tedious and it can take some time to get started. So, how can you farm teeth as a beginner? Now, there's many ways to farm teeth on Sharkbite, but you're a bit limited when just starting out. So we're going to get started with the first way of getting teeth, and that is to redeem some codes. Codes can be found anywhere on the wiki, YouTube, and in the Sharkbite Discord. And at the minute, the codes for me are FROGGYBOAT, DUCKYRAPTOR, 1 billion, and Sharkbite 2. Now, these codes will probably expire sometime in the future, so if it don't work, then be sure to just check out one of the places. And at the minute, these codes give 50 teeth, so starting out with this should give 200 teeth, and these 200 teeth will go towards a boat in the future. I recommend getting boats over guns at first, because I think it's more important to get away from the shark and win rounds rather than just shooting the shark, because you only get like 1 teeth every 3 shots most of the time, and winning a round gets you 20 teeth. So I think that's probably the best way to go for when you're just starting out. So after redeeming the current codes, one of the things you can do is you can farm using the starter boat. Now, when farming using the starter boat, I'd recommend using either the fishing boat or the patrol boat, because it's the best starter boat, and if a shark does find you, you'll be able to get away easier. Now, you want to stay as far away from the shark as possible, because if it sees you, it's more than likely going to catch you. So when looking for the shark, what you can do is you can zoom out and look around from above, and when doing that, you'll be able to find the shark much easier from across the map. And you can also see it underwater a bit, so that should be able to tell you if a shark's getting close. And another thing you can look out for is a yellow ring, and the yellow ring will basically show you where the shark is. Now, sometimes the bug out and sometimes it says that the shark's just in the wrong place, but usually when you see a yellow ring, that's basically where the shark is. And these yellow rings come up when the shark gets near a buoy, and this will basically show where the shark is to all the survivors. And the next method I'll be showing you is quite an easy method, but if you're able to do it, you'll have the best chance of survival most of the time. So the method is basically you can join experienced players. When you start off a game, you might have people inviting you to the boat. If you click join and they're in a good boat, then you're going to have a high chance of survival, because they'll have plenty of experience of either killing the shark or winning rounds. And this is probably best off for when you're just starting out, because you can also shoot the shark if you're hunting it, and that'll get you even more teeth while also surviving. And there's some really good players out there that can help you survive and win rounds and get you a ton of teeth. So yeah, I highly recommend this strategy, and it should help you out. So this method is quite a lazy one, and it doesn't always work, to tell you the truth, but it's worth mentioning it anyway, because if you want to get an extra few teeth over the long run, then you can AFK farm. So this is basically just standing on the starter boat and having an auto clicker just doing its job. So you won't always survive this, but it's worth mentioning. Also, people like to be trolls, and you will get rolled from time to time. Rolled and trolled. So yeah. The last method of farming teeth on Sharkbite is to use a private server. This is probably the best method you can do. It'll get you the most teeth in the least amount of time with the least effort. And all you need to have is an alt or a friend to play with, because you need at least 2 players to start a game of Sharkbite. You can find private servers anyway. You can find them on Sharkbite's Discord. You can find them all over YouTube. If you want to use mine, I'll have a link in the description for you to use. And I'll also leave a link to the video that I made of how to farm using a private server in the description too. So be sure to check that out if you don't know how. If you want to buy your own private server, all you need to do is you need to go on the Sharkbite page on Roblox, click create private server, and then you can create your own server. And then once you buy it, it'll cost 10 Robux. You'll have a server that you can control and configure using the 3 dots next to the server. So once you've got loads of teeth, you might be thinking, what should I save up for? Now, in my opinion, I'd probably go straight for the jet ski, because it's, in my opinion, the best farming boat you can get. It'll help grind a ton of teeth, and then you can save up for weapons like the rocket launcher, which is a really good weapon that does quite a bit of damage. But if you're getting killed quite a bit by a shark when you're using the starter boats or using one of the other methods, you can buy the motorboat, which should help you outrun the sharks a lot easier. Keep in mind, outrunning sharks is probably best done against the great white sharks or the normal sharks, because if people are using any other shark, then they're going to catch up to you in no time, and they'll probably just eat you. And if you find that in your server you have loads of really good sharks and you just always die to them, then you should probably find a new server, because if you can't win any rounds and you're not earning any teeth, and it's going to take much longer for you to save up if you keep on dying to these overpowered sharks. So those are all the tips that I have for this video. I hope you found them useful, and I hope this video can help you grind even more teeth than what you grinded before. If you have any tips, leave them down in the description for any beginners to see, because the beginners need as much help as possible to help them get started in Sharkbite. If I find any really useful tips, I'll be sure to pin the comment, because useful tips are really good for beginners. And if I've missed anything, be sure to just leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.